Miss somebody. Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham, Tim Thurber, and this is State of Atlanta.
Hello.
And my mess up calls me to just not let you guys do your little intro. Did you spill your beer again at the very beginning?
Yeah.
You might have.
All right, well, welcome back, guys. We're doing this on Wednesday instead of Tuesday because we were all at the State Tech game last night, and I don't know about you guys, but I am still not feeling good about that.
It hurts.
There's reasons I'm not feeling good. You know most of them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I mean, what do we take away from this game? I guess we talked about it before going in. We didn't really expect to win. We expected, we thought a blowout was possible, but then we got what we got. So, what are we?
I finally went to a game. It was a tale of two halves, right? I mean, it was like that first half was just terrible, and then the second half was amazing, but not amazing enough, just barely not amazing enough. And then overtime was more of the first half again.
Yeah, we got down in the first half. Like we were just like, the text messages we were getting, the group chats we were having, everybody in the stands are all just like, oh, here we go. This is horrible. Shut down the entire program, burned the convocation center to the ground, all this kind of stuff. And then we go to half and we're only down by 7 points, and we're all like getting more beer going. We're only down by 7. Like,
right. They're like, how are you only down by 7? How crappy we've shot the basketball pretty much in the first half. I mean, Tech's obviously not very good themselves, right?
Yeah, I don't know how we came back in the second half because we could not buy a basket.
I think it was collectively all the beer we purchased and consumed in the stands.
Well, if I needed to buy more beer to get us more points or to get us shooting better, I would have gladly have done so. Is that a thing?
I do feel like the crowd getting into it in the second half had a lot. I think we really did feed the team quite a bit of emotion, and I think they really got into us cheering as loud as we were, and way more than the Georgia Tech fans were. So
yeah, there was messages that I got that we could be, not us personally, but that the Georgia State fans could be heard pretty well on TV, the TV coverage of it. So that's great.
Well, I like that they have a Let's Go Tech that's like our dreaded Let's Go State. It's the same cheer, and we took upon ourselves pretty early to just take that over.
Change it.
Yeah. Every time they did it, we just yell State louder than they yelled Tech, and it was just our cheer.
Yeah, I'm sure it was nothing to do with the 3 hours of pre-gaming we did, and then walking in and buying 2 tall boys of beer each.
My throat is killing me right now, man.
Oh, yeah.
You made fun of me last night. I was losing it then.
Yeah, I have a hard time cheering at games. I like to clap and I like to cheer, but just the nonstop just screaming throughout the entire game, I just don't have that in me. And Ryan, you were right there doing it last night. There was plenty of others doing it. Applause to them, but that's not my thing. But it was loud. It was fun.
Yeah, I definitely did that last night. It definitely hurt afterwards, and it's still hurting today. It's not a little bit better though, although every once in a while I can hear my voice kind of go out.
Yeah, I've kind of had a scratchy tickle in the throat type thing all day long. But I think
I've been hungover as shit all day.
It took me. It was around I think right for lunch, 1 or 2 o'clock. Just everything caught to me like a brick wall, and I was just down. I was so tired. I was like, I just want to go to bed. I want to take a nap, but I can't do that. So yeah. So we talked about the shooting, 28% free throws. There's so many little stats that could have changed that game. We up that just a little bit, we win the game. We make 10% more baskets than we did. We missed so many.
We missed layups.
Yes. It was really bad. I mean, it was this isn't a normal game for any kind of skilled basketball team at all. I mean, the way that they just were not dropping.
Yeah, and we have some amazing defensive play, steal the ball, make it down court, go up for the easy alley-oop, and bounce right off the rim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at the end where we went for a layup that we actually didn't probably need to try to attempt, I do get that. Obviously, we should have held the ball. We were going to get fouled, right, no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like our chances at the line. I mean, I know we're shooting well from the line, but
Not last night we weren't.
I thought we were like 78% or something. No,
No, 28%.
oh,
Or the stat that I got.
that was field goals. Yeah, we were
Oh,
horrible at
field
field
goal. Sorry.
goals. Just general shooting. Yeah, from the line we were good. So I mean,
through half the game, and maybe even half of the second half, we were 100% at the free throw line. I thought it was weird when you said 28%. I just trusted you.
Yeah,
we always make these things up on the fly.
Yeah.
Right. No, but I would say that, like, if we held the ball and they fouled us, which they would have in about 2 seconds, I mean, you're now under huge pressure to make free throws. So let's just say we make 1 or 2, then you give Tech the ball back with, their guard Usher, who scored 30, right, with ease. I don't know, like, who knows what would have happened. I mean, I get it.
That guy shot like while he was falling to the ground, like he just did like a thing, and it's like nothing but net, like every single time. Like what like whatever we had sucked out of us went into that person.
I
know. like the Space Jam Monstars.
Space Jam, exactly.
I will say at the end, I was watching. Their player got the rebound and called timeout. They did not have one.
Yeah,
refs apparently looked the other way.
They went through their timeouts pretty quickly in that second half, didn't they? Because I noticed that they had 0 left. I felt like with a lot of time left in the game.
Right.
You commented to me about it.
Yeah, because I was like, I thought it was a scoreboard error.
Mm-hmm.
With their. This is another thing that I was talking to Ryan about during the game. Their scoreboard looks like some kind of like a tech graduate, a programmer would have programmed it. There was so many small little numbers and stats and everything squeezed.
Stats.
I loved it.
All squoze. It took me forever to figure out where the number of fouls were. I kept on like looking. All right, there's a score. All right, there's possession. It took me forever to figure everything out. There was so much going on that scoreboard. It's definitely a nerd scoreboard.
I liked watching it just to watch our field goal percentage, because when we're winning, we're still shooting in the low 30s. I'm like, I don't understand how this is happening, because at half, I think Tech was over 50% from 3. That means they could just throw up twice, and they're probably going to make one of them, right? Like,
it just if 10% more of the shots we took would have gone in, we would have won that game convincingly.
Yeah.
Like, not even close. It was ridiculous. So what's the problem? So a lot of people are calling for the head of Coach Lanier already. They're like,
no, it's too early. Come on.
I think I hear. What do you think, Ryan?
I mean, I don't know. This team's not that good, but but I mean, we've had rough starts, and so I don't know. I really can't speak to that. It's probably too soon. What is he in his second year? Third year?
Third year. Yeah. So Julian comments, the game of the season has been frustrating. I'm getting worried about the direction of the program heading into conference play. I think conference play is going to really change or define how I feel about this team and the coaching staff and everything. If we can spring back from what's happened in the out of conference and actually take care of business in the Sun Belt, all is forgiven. But if we look like this in Sun Belt play,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say when Sosame comes back, I think that'll change the dynamics of the team quite a bit. So
I think Sosame being back yesterday, we would have won the game.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a presence inside. Probably got more rebounds, right?
Yeah. When we got there, ran into Charlie Cobb, and he asked me what I thought about the game. And I thought it was kind of interesting that the athletic director is asking fans what they think. Like, are you trying to get a crowdsourcing here about what's going on with the program? I told him, I was like, we could win or we could get blown out. It can be anywhere in between. I've got no faith in this team to really do it. And he was pretty much in agreement. He was like, yeah, he's like, I don't know what to expect out of this game.
Yeah.
All I know is, I learned Tech's not very good. Like the team made it last year, the tournament. I don't see Tech making it. They have the talent to go much further than they can go. And last night, we should have won last night, but
I think we should have. I really don't. Nothing that ever happens, any stats that come out of a 2020 season, I just don't care about, because that was the COVID year and everything was weird.
Yeah.
All the way around. Speaking of, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but Georgia Tech has canceled their next game because of COVID within their program. So does that mean that potentially, if their guys had it last night, that we could have gotten some guys with it that we'll find out in the next coming days?
Well, and last week they played USC, and USC canceled their next game. That was like the same time as ours.
Right.
So it's like it went through from them
like,
to
because
Georgia
we were
Tech,
kind of
maybe to our guys now.
we thought maybe our game wouldn't happen or would get postponed or something.
Right?
But
Yeah, we were worried about that.
No, the one thing I did see though is when we had to cancel our game for the COVID stuff, our fan base was just like raising hell about how big of an embarrassment it is and how we should be ashamed and how bad it looks for Georgia State. I don't see anybody saying anything about Tech about this at all.
We were just like at the tip of the iceberg. That's why, right?
Like,
we're the first to have the issue, and now everyone's
first that we'd
it.
heard about.
Yeah. This to me, it just seems like this like strain, this whatever is happening with COVID is like, I think everybody's just going to get it. So
it's tearing through my company. I can tell you that much.
I feel like I know a number of people now that have tested positive for it. So in the last like week.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it all, but from what I hear, it spreads really easily. But in general, it doesn't really affect. It's very, very mild. I'm like, that's like the best case scenario.
Yeah.
I guess best case is it doesn't spread at all. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but if it's going to spread very easily, I'm glad that it's not very dangerous and
mild.
And then you get your natural antibodies and
Yeah.
Do you call those organic antibodies?
I mean, what does organic mean?
Sustainably sourced and raised.
Yeah, definitely. You can call it organic.
Free range antibodies.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't play again until after we record next week's episode, so nothing to really talk about as far as next week. But we do begin conference play, heading out to the Arkansas schools. Last time heading out to Little Rock, I guess. So
it's a farewell tour for them.
They're like official now, right? It's not just now. It's not just smoke. Now it's like they've announced.
Yeah, Little Rock is officially official, and then I think UT Arlington is unofficially official.
Okay,
they're gone.
Right. They have being reported on, but nobody's said anything officially about it.
They have the one with fuzzy leather that says "Please leave."
That's fine.
Yeah, it's funny because like when all this realignment stuff was talked about, there was all the kick out the basketball schools or kick out Monroe, and I'm like, you just don't kick out schools, but we basically kicked out. We barely kicked out 2 schools. Like, does that mean we can get Monroe out?
I think it's fine to kick out schools. We kicked out New Mexico and Idaho too.
No, we didn't kick them out. We non-renewed their contract.
They were never
basically the same thing.
That's the same thing. David.
No, but we don't have it. But we don't have contracts. Well, we have a contract, but it's an open-ended. There's not like it has a deadline on it, and there's no.
It's the nicest way you can lay somebody off, but it's still a layoff.
Oh, we totally did that. I've done that multiple times.
See, it's the nicest way, but it's still.
The bad part was the person messaged me and showed me the job link that we had out there for the replacement. Like, you said that you couldn't afford us anymore. Then there's this. I'm like, yeah.
We're not going to pay them as much as you.
You're like, I don't know. I didn't post that.
Yeah. So
I think one of the keys from last night that I noticed, Jalen Thomas was just not hitting that like mid-range jumper at all. We needed him to hit just a few of them.
He wasn't hitting the mid-range jumper. He wasn't hitting the close baskets. He wasn't hitting the deep baskets. And we kept on feeding him the ball the entire game.
I guess, I mean, at some point maybe he'll do better. I mean, Corey Allen was a little bit off too. He wasn't shooting so hot. I mean, really, like Nelson Phillips was probably one of the stronger players last night. And Hudson, our stars weren't stars last night either.
We need 5 guys to play well at the same time.
That's always been a problem in this program, even under Hunter. I feel like there was always like 2 people on and the rest of the team were kind of off, but it was always like kind of enough.
Yeah, it was RJ and someone else. Like the man of the
RJ
night.
Even had some cold nights, and then it seemed like somebody else would pick up the slack.
We'd always have someone coming off the bench that was, doing moderately decent. Last night, no,
everyone
not so much.
Terrible.
There were just bodies coming in, and then playing defense, but not scoring. And I used to watch those games in the previous years where one of our stars was having an off night, and you always knew someone else would come in and kind of pick up the slack. And last night we just didn't have that. We need Sosame. That's it.
We need Sosame. We really do.
We need to get better. I don't know how that works, but we need to.
I really thought when we heard that he was not going to start the season and that it could be out for a few weeks, I thought that they were really going to hold him all the way up to the Toccoa Falls game, and then bring him back there against the Division III team or whatever they are. Let him get back on the court, get a little accustomed to it, with an easy win game as it was, and then and then be back for this game, this Tech game. I really thought they were going to have him back for this Tech game. So the fact that he wasn't has me really nervous about him playing this season. I mean, Ben says he'll be back in January, but I'm like, all right, I hope so.
That's okay timing. I mean, obviously we want to notch as many wins as we can in the Sun Belt Conference play, so we can get a bye and don't have to play every day in the tournament. But definitely need him back sooner than later.
Yes, he is sorely missed. So, yeah, I think that's all I got about that.
Rawls could have made an impact last night. He hadn't entered the transfer portal, right?
Yeah, speaking of that, you sent me that text from Michele, and I saw a lot of the Twitter from
the Gator.
Michele. Yeah, but I don't. All I saw because on the iPhone, it just gives you like the blank preview. You had to click it for that. So I saw it was Michele, and I'm like, this is going to be Michele's entering the transfer portal.
Well, I didn't understand the tweet.
It was a Gator walking, but to Georgia State football, right?
Yeah.
I don't get the tweet either.
One period, more period, or something. And
well, one more game to go. One more game to go, I guess, was with the bowl game, but I don't get the alligator reference.
Yeah, no clue. And other people responded to him like they knew what he was talking about. Like, yeah, buddy, blah blah blah. I'm like, what? What are you cheering on?
Maybe we're going to be the replacement team for the Gator Bowl.
This is a natural segue into talking about the bowl game coming up on Saturday.
Wait, we have a bowl game coming up?
Well done, guys. You really just naturally transitioned into this. I think I did, actually. Yeah, I think I did it. Congratulations to me. Pat on the back.
Good job, David.
Good job, David. You're really killing it this episode. Yeah, so game this Saturday. It sounds like, talking to people yesterday, there's going to be a few more people going to the game than I thought. So that's pretty cool. And Ryan, you got to get on the bus to go to the game. You have a free ride there and back.
Yeah, maybe. I might end up driving anyway, but we'll see.
Well, that seems like it's a lot less fun.
I agree, but
I did not feel good about us playing I wanted us to play a bowl game, obviously, but I really didn't think we'd have a shot in a bowl game just based off how this team has looked. But reading all the reports about it and looking at Ball State, we're favored to win anywhere from 5 to 7.5 points, depending on when you look and who's reporting it. Most of the blogs and reporters talking about it, edge out the Panthers. So maybe we could be looking at another bowl win on Saturday, which would be great on Christmas Day.
Well, and the good thing that I've been reading is that it sounds like nobody's very impressed with either team, which seems fair. But basically the strong point in Ball State is their pass defense, like overall, and then our strong point is our run game overall. And apparently their run defense sucks.
Well,
so it's like, well, we're just gonna be more like our strong point is their weak point, and our weak point is their strong point, so we just won't be passing the ball very much.
Yeah.
Get ready for some Trucker Greg.
That's right.
He could have a career game, just pounding him down the entire.
And the Jamie there ever was, and Granger can run as much as he wants, and
just don't throw it.
It could be a very, very fast game. Our time of possession will probably be very, very small. We'll put up 40 points and we have the ball for 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good about it now, which obviously, just tells me that we're going to lose the game because, when I feel good about one of my sports teams, we don't do well. But I try to find a way that we're going to, not look good in this game. And I feel like we, barring something traumatic happening between now and Saturday, should be pretty good. I think the guys are already down there. I think they left today.
I saw pictures of them. They're at some museum there or something going through. I don't know. They were doing some marketing.
Oh, I made an ugly face. I probably shouldn't do that. There's probably a lot of civil rights stuff over there. I'm not trying to be negative towards.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is.
It is civil rights, yeah.
I just don't like museums in general. I don't care what it could be.
Yeah, no, I hadn't even put two and two together that it was probably a civil rights thing. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like they're hitting the town and they're marketing photos are being taken of the team and all that stuff. So there was lots of inquisitive looks as they read about whatever they were reading about, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
David, you would go to a museum of beer if they had free samples everywhere.
I went to a museum of whiskey when I was in Edinburgh.
And? Did you like it?
I did like it. They gave me whiskey at the end. It was probably the shortest ride I ever went on. Like they had one of those things that you get in the car and he kind of goes around and like tells you the history with little video boards about whiskey and how it started and how it got its name and the variations across the country, blah, blah. And it literally was probably the route of my house. It just kind of like went around a wall and then stopped. Like it was the shortest little ride. I could have walked this in the same amount of time without having a little bar come down on me.
Whatever,
Just
man.
in case you fall out.
Yeah, they were like, we're getting the track, all right?
We made it to 3/4 miles an hour. It was great. Yeah.
Sounds like an Epcot ride or something.
Yeah, but like 1/1000th of the length of that
Right.
ride. Yeah, it was like doing that big golf ball thing, and then just like getting on, and then right when it goes dark, you're done.
You're done.
Your journey is over. Drink your whiskey.
Yeah, and they did have some free sample or included samples, so that was great. I have like no notes about the bowl game. I have two. It's the part that I said about the you can't see this at all, but it's 2 lines. It's the part where it says the score, and then what you said, Ryan. Our strength is where they're weak.
Yeah. Because that's what we talked about last night.
Yeah. So, yeah, Tim, you're not going to the bowl game, right?
I'm not. No.
Yeah.
Doing Christmas stuff of some kind. I guess.
Yeah. I too will be doing the Christmas stuff. But so we were talking a lot, or not, there was a lot of talk about how great it would be the only like game on at that time on Christmas Day. But now
Right.
the NBA is moving their, for whatever reason, or moving some of their
COVID?
games.
What are they doing?
I don't know. I guess they're like, if you can't test positive within so many days, we'll just play the game earlier, so that way we will not have known that we have it yet.
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
strategy.
So what are they? They're playing on Christmas?
Yeah, they usually have like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah,
right, all day.
Christmas Day is a big NBA day, and but their first game wasn't going to be until our game was over, or at least towards the end of our game. Oh, actually, that's not true. The Hawks were playing first, and then our game would be coming on after the Hawks. There would be another NBA game, but now they're looking to move stuff up, I guess. So,
To like another day?
no, or just a couple hours. It's moving up a couple hours.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's. I don't think we're really competing too much, and we are the only college football game on. So if people are college football fans, they will be watching us.
I like watching football, like just in general, but if I don't have a rooting interest, it's kind of harder to pay attention to the game. But if it's a day where there's only one college football game on and I'm sitting at the house with nothing to do, I'm watching that game. I don't care who's playing.
And you want to avoid family, you're watching the game. Hey,
Exactly.
The game's on. I gotta watch.
Exactly. Yep.
I think we'll be fine. I mean, I we'll probably lose some eyeballs to the NBA, but I don't think it's going to be that drastic at all.
No.
It may be one of our higher watched games for like non-fans. Like as far as like eyeballs outside of Atlanta, we'll probably get one of our higher viewed games for being on TV.
We need to get the college football Reddit people a primer. This is your 2025 national champion team preview.
Yeah, because some of these guys will be on that, or on the freshmen, the redshirt freshmen will be on the national championship team, right?
Well, that's not if they don't get drafted early, you know.
Oh yeah, they're so good. They leave early because they're
they were just the beginning of
because the guys
starting.
Because the guys behind them are so much better than they are.
That's right.
Yeah. Do you guys watch any of the other Sunbelt team bowl games?
No. I watched part of the Marshall. They played Lafayette, right? I watched some of that game.
Yeah. I asked about the conference games, and you mentioned the team that's not in our conference, and you could not remember they played a team that was in our conference.
No, I knew that was a conference game, so.
Just the other team.
I wanted to say App State for some reason, and then that didn't seem right. So I got there, man. And also, Marshall's part of our conference, right?
Well, not yet, but yes, they will be.
Trying to be, yeah.
Yes, they will be. Yeah, that was interesting. That was really the only game I was really interested in, just because seeing how Lafayette fared against a future conference mate, and they fared very well.
They did.
They had no problem at all with Marshall.
Yeah.
What's really funny is you invited me to that Sunbelt Discord, and I was in there kind of shooting the shit with some of the really Marshall fans. The Lafayette fans stayed out of there till they won, and then they came in and they were just total tools. Like every single one of them was like just a huge asshole. The Marshall fans throughout though were, I mean,
you know what that was though,
it was
Ryan,
like 10 times worse than Georgia State fans being depressed about the program.
Well, you know why the Lafayette fans had to come in after the game was over, right? Because their dial-up connection doesn't actually allow them to stream a game.
It takes that long.
And actually do chatting as well. So, yeah, you were saying that. You were saying that the Marshall fans are even more down on their program than Georgia State fans can be.
We got competition. We got competition, guys. All right.
Well, but the difference is they have these high expectations of being like, you know, the best G5 team out there, and we're kind of like, we just want to have a winning season. Just can we get there? Can we get to a winning season?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that was interesting to see. And then I think so we won. We're 2-1 right now, the Sun Belt Conference. Not that I shouldn't say we, because I really don't care about the Sun Belt. But what I really want to make fun of is the fact that Appy State is the one school that has not done their business and won the bowl game for the Sun Belt. So
yeah, who did they play? They played
Western Kentucky, and
it looked like Kentucky.
It looked like it was gonna be a shootout at the beginning. There was like their score at will type thing, and then App State gave up, lost the will, and they stopped scoring in 59-38.
Jeez, yeah. Apparently, Western Kentucky's offense is something special. I haven't watched a single game, but I heard some reporting on it, and people were really high on their offense.
Yeah, I think that kid now set the record for the most touchdowns thrown in a season for college football. He beat Joe Burrow out.
Yeah, I think that's right.
60 or something like that. Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, their offense must be smoking.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like NFL aspirations for that guy or not. I don't know if he fits that kind of mold or whatever, but as long as he's with that program, they should be doing pretty well, I guess.
Unless they play us. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Coastal looked like they were going to lose it. That wasn't their shootout, and they looked like they were going to lose that game. They were down almost the entire time, and then found a way to sneak it out at the end, which really annoyed me. I would have much rather App State won than Coastal.
Sure. David, I keep trying to tell you, we hope all of them win.
I know, but if one's going to lose, I would. Well, crap, I probably want Lafayette to lose. But the arrogance, really, Coastal fans and Lafayette fans are really horrible.
David, don't you want every team to lose?
So that they won makes us look even better.
I understand that, but when you don't like any teams in your conference, it doesn't really.
I know, but we like our team, and we want our team to look good.
Yeah, because we sure as hell aren't good.
No. The way that that's everything they throw at like a team like Cincinnati, making it into the playoffs. Though the big thing is their strength of schedule. So you want your strength of schedule to be as good as possible, and the more bowl wins we get, and the more these programs build themselves up, the better our strength of schedule is in the long run.
This is the last game of the season. Strength of schedule doesn't play any part. This year does not play any part in next season.
It weirdly does. People care about that kind of stuff, even though it's like a quarter, 25% of the team is changed at least. Every year, you have a brand new football team every single season, and yes, people do care about that.
Ryan, you should just let David continue being petty and hope every Sunbelt team loses except
I'll
for
fight
us.
it.
Well, no, I understand. I understand, but and you're absolutely right. I get the whole thing. It's just I don't like seeing them win.
Wait. Can you rewind a little bit and say that again?
You're right, Ryan Graham.
Whoa! Where'd that come from?
No, I made the same arguments before we had football, and I was talking to my other college ball friends, and they would talk crap about their conference mates. Like, but no, you want them to do well so that you look well. You want them to win every single game they play, except for the one they play against you. But that was more like in the BCS days when all those rankings were out, and you were wanting to build up in those numbers. And I was talking to P5 friends in the Sun Belt, whatever.
I don't know. I think you're just you're steeped in the divisional rivals in pro football, where you want them to lose every single game.
No, not all of them.
It helps your program
not all
when they
of them.
lose.
Not all of them. Not all of them. I don't care if Troy wins a game.
What?
I don't care if Troy wins a game. That's fine.
No, I meant like the Falcons, like the Saints, Bucks, and Panthers. Like when they lose, it's better for the Falcons.
Oh yeah. NFL is a whole different beast. You absolutely want them to lose. The college and NFL are definitely vary that way.
But I think you're just more in that culture, and that's the way you see the world, and so
Well,
the same conference sort of occupies that same space in your head.
In the early 2000s, when Boise State was just like destroying the Mountain West teams, do you think that they cared if the Mountain West teams were winning games or not?
Huh?
No, because
the beer's spilling again.
Again.
I must have shaken this 12 pack. Well, I say 12 pack. This 30 pack. I must have shaken it up.
Quite a bit. Yeah. So, like, Tim, do you think that Boise State gave a crap about how well Mountain West teams did back then? They wanted to win their conference, win their out of conference, and they were trying to get that BCS spot.
They wanted to
I'm not saying
their
care
conference.
a whole lot.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Tim. You were addressed there, and I just talked over you. Go ahead.
No, I think they wanted to destroy their conference, and then they didn't give two shits about the rest, what they did in their bowl games.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel. I want Georgia State to, run the SBC and run the out of conference, and I really don't care what else happens in this conference at all.
I'm not saying to put a lot of weight on it though. Like I'm just saying like you should not actively root against them, and like root for them.
Well, then don't have teams in Louisiana.
Whatever, man. It's not your program, but if they win, it's better for our program.
If you do not want me to root against our conference mates, do not put us in a conference with teams from Louisiana.
Well, I mean, that is fair, and we talked about this about getting rid of Monroe. Because on that same Discord, somebody was talking about inviting Louisiana Tech, and that's who they want. Louisiana Tech and Western Kentucky.
I don't want three of them in here.
Can we drop Monroe and then take Louisiana Tech? Or no, I said that we're not going to add another Louisiana team. And they were like, oh, we can drop Monroe. I was like, how about Monroe and Lafayette?
and not pick up LA Tech.
Look, if we drop 2, gain 1, and it's a net benefit for us.
Well, but now Lafayette's an R1 university, so that means they're going to be going to the Big 12 pretty soon, right?
Oh, well,
next week, I think. Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of interesting.
Gone. They're not going to make a good hire. Did they hire somebody? They
promoted Desmoreau.
Oh,
I think it's coordinator.
Some Frenchie.
Yeah, but I think it's the offensive coordinator. I think they promoted him. But I forgot what I was going to say. It's probably pretty good, too.
You hate Louisiana. That's what you're going to say.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah. So I did see today, this is off topic. Not really. It's about college football. I did see today that the college football playoff has updated their rules, and one way Cincinnati could win is if Alabama has to forfeit.
Oh,
COVID.
All right, yeah.
Oh, so they've said that any
auto advance.
Yeah. Well, that was what was said at the beginning of the season, though, right? Or was that just our conference that said that?
I guess the college football playoff had to cement their rules.
I'm glad they waited until like a week and a half before the game to decide that if there was going to be a COVID case, there would be a forfeit. I mean, what else would you do? Are you going to push back the national championship game?
I mean, I guess you could. No, you can't, because there's so much going on in the city, like to set that up and like permitting and all that stuff. Like the city has to prepare for that kind of thing.
Right.
And there's not that much time. Is there 1 week or 2 weeks between the?
I think there's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So I guess technically you could play that game. The championship could still be on the same weekend. It's just that one team would have had 2 weeks to prepare and the other would only have the one. But you typically only have 1 week to prepare anyways. So, but. Yeah, I think that Cincinnati is going to win anyways. So outright.
I think you're crazy.
Yeah, you picked them in your pick 'em, right? Pick 'em, right?
I did pick them in my pick 'em.
Nice.
I did. Picked Cincinnati to beat Bama and Georgia to win the whole thing. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, the best shot Georgia has to win the whole thing is to not have to face Bama. So.
And that's why I picked Cincinnati. I wanted to throw my Georgia friends a bone. I didn't want to pick Alabama. I didn't want to pick Michigan. And I wasn't going to be so crazy as to actually pick Cincinnati to win the whole thing. But
that's like picking the 16 seed to win the NCAA tournament, right?
Exactly. Or the play-in team.
Yeah, or the play-in team.
Yeah.
But that's cool because that would be, I mean, you would call that a Cinderella, wouldn't you? If they made it even to the finals.
A Cinderella. Yeah. A Cinderella.
Oh, boy.
Oh, don't tell them that. They'll latch onto this.
Cinderella. Yeah. No, what I was going to say earlier was, when they talk about the conference realignment and everything, one thing is always said, because fans always look at like the current success of the football, the basketball program, whereas we have to remind everybody that it's the presidents that decide which conference they're in and which which schools they want to be affiliated with. And I think Georgia State was the only R1 program, academic program in the conference. And now, just in this past week, Lafayette and Old Dominion have been just now ranked at R1 status.
Wow.
So, as much as I dislike Lafayette and no interest in Old Dominion joining the conference, we technically have academic peers.
We do.
Getting there.
We got 2 of them now.
Yeah. So
Ish.
there may be another There may be another one that's R1, but I want to say that Georgia State was the only R1. Could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I honestly just make stuff up all the time. So, all right. Well, I'm ready to go to the bathroom, so we can go head out to last call, guys.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Short and sweet, huh?
Well, there's not a lot to talk about. Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so got that going on, and hopefully we all get some cool new Georgia State gear to be showing off. I should have thought about this earlier and told people to go to our store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna arrive in time, so don't.
Yeah,
don't
it would have been last
store
week. You would have wanted to post a
special
Christmas thing.
I honestly through that delivery site probably like 4 weeks ago. I should have started
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah,
you can buy something today, print out a piece of paper, and put that under the
Yes.
under the
do
tree.
it.
Yeah, well, that's what Star Wars did when the first toys, the first movies came out. They could not get the toys created in time for the holidays, so you could actually buy the box. The action figures were going to come in, and it'd be like, "You'll get this in 6 weeks."
Oh boy!
Wow.
And they sold.
I'm
and
sure.
They sold.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, that's your fun Star Wars trivia of the week for you. So,
Right.
Yeah. Anyhow, we're gonna head over to last call. We're gonna continue drinking after I go to the bathroom, and talk a little more about Georgia State, a little more candidly. Talk about whatever. Drink some more. You can find it on our Patreon page for free. Patreon.com/State of Atlanta. Posted on Friday morning. And if you're one of our Patreon members, you get it immediately, as well as access to our private group chat, discounts on our merchandise that we talked about, like this cool sweatshirt, and more. Please consider joining. $3 a month. Consider buying Patreon for your favorite Panther fan for this Christmas holiday.
You can print it out and put the voucher in their stocking.
There you go. Sounds good. Yeah. Anybody that I'll make Xmas a 20% off. There we go. 20% off with the code Xmas. Just do that right now. If I remember to, guys, remind me to add that on the website tonight.
Hey, David.
So, gotcha, Ryan. Thanks a lot.
You can add it to the website. That'd be great.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll talk to you next week. Hopefully after a big bowl win. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.